All right, let's talk about something that brings so much joy into our homes. And also, let's be real, a whole lot of frustration. We're diving into how to potty train that adorable but sometimes incredibly stubborn Yorkshire Terrier.
You know how it is. You imagine all the cuddles and the fun, but the reality, it involves way more paper towels than you ever thought possible. If you're sitting there nodding along, you are in the right place.
Okay, first things first. If you're struggling with this, please know that you are not alone. This is super common. You're not a bad dog parent. It's really just about understanding how these little guys think and learning their language. So we're going to break down the 5 most common mistakes people make, but I don't want you to think of them as failures. Think of them more like clues that are going to help us solve this whole potty training puzzle once and for all. First up is a big one, a really big one, and that's having a random routine. Or maybe no routine at all. You might think you're taking them out a lot, but if there's no rhyme or reason to it, you're making things so much harder for them. And here's why this is so critical. Dogs, especially puppies, are creatures of habit. They learn everything through repetition. A predictable schedule basically tells their brain and their little bladder, okay, now is the time to go. Without that, it's just a total guessing game for them.
This really gets to a huge shift in mindset. You can spend all your time in reactive mode, right? Just constantly cleaning up messes. Or you can be proactive. You can prevent the messes before they even happen by sticking to a strict schedule. That means taking them out the second they wake up, right after they eat, after every playtime, and right before bed. Like clockwork. Okay, so let's move on to mistake number 2. And this one usually happens right after an accident. It's all about how we react.
It's so tempting to get mad, I know. But yelling or scolding or, gosh, pushing their nose in it, it might feel like you're teaching them a lesson, but the only lesson they learn is to be afraid of you. And fear, it completely shuts down their ability to learn anything.
I mean, just look at the difference here. The wrong way creates all this anxiety and damages your bond. The right way builds trust. If you catch them in the act, just make a sound to interrupt them, calmly take them to the right spot, and then clean up without any drama. But when they do go in the right place, oh, that's when you throw a party. Lots of praise, treats, make it the best thing ever. All right, on to our third mistake. And this one is sneaky. So many people miss this one. It's not just about cleaning up the mess. It is all about how you clean it up.
Your Yorkie's sense of smell is like a superpower. It's thousands of times better than ours. So even if you can't smell a thing, they can. And to them, that lingering scent is like a giant flashing neon sign that says, hey, this is the bathroom. And this is how you get stuck in that frustrating cycle. An accident happens. You clean it with a normal household cleaner, but it doesn't get rid of the enzymes. So your puppy's amazing nose finds that spot again and thinks, oh yeah, I've been here before. This must be the right place. The only way to break the cycle is with an enzymatic cleaner that's designed specifically for pet messes. Moving on to mistake number 4, which is all about boundaries. I know it's hard because they're so cute, but letting that little fluff ball have the run of the house right away is a recipe for disaster. This is just not negotiable. An untrained puppy has no idea what the rules are yet. Giving them total freedom is like letting a toddler loose in a china shop. You are setting them up to fail. Freedom is something they earn, little by little. So the right way is all about smart management. Use tools. Crates are great. Baby gates to block off rooms are your best friend. You can even keep your puppy on a leash right next to you while you're on the couch. The point is, you always have eyes on them so they can't sneak off and have an accident. And now our final mistake, and honestly, this might be the most important one of all. It's losing steam. It's giving up before the job is actually done. You have to remember this. Yorkies and small breeds in general have tiny little bladders. It just takes them longer to get full control than it does for bigger dogs. If you expect them to be perfect in a week, you're only going to frustrate yourself. Patience isn't just a virtue here, it's an absolute requirement. You are going to have good days and bad days. You'll think you've finally cracked it, and then, bam, an accident happens. That's normal. The key is to not get discouraged. Every single time you stick to the schedule, every time you praise them for getting it right, you're building that foundation for success. So, we've walked through the 5 biggest mistakes. But what's the one thing that ties all the solutions together? What is the real secret to all of this? Well, it's not about buying more gadgets or trying a dozen different potty pads or spending every second of your day worrying about it. It's actually way, way simpler than that. That's it. That is the whole secret. Success comes from picking the right strategies, the ones we just talked about, and then just applying them over and over and over again, day in and day out. So, here it is. This is your game plan. These are your keys to success. You need a solid schedule. You need positive reinforcement, not punishment. You need to use the right cleaner. You need smart supervision. And above all else, you need patience. That's the formula. Because that's what it all comes down to. When you avoid these common mistakes and you just focus on a consistent, positive approach, you can and you will get there. You're not just house training your Yorkie, you're building a bond of trust that's going to last a lifetime.